What a fine town hall. Ilsmouth seems to be a wealthy little town. Ah, the town records. What a splendid hallway. The Charge of San Pablo by Remington, and if I'm not mistaken, it's an original. Good Lord, a page of Boleskin's writing. Wednesday, February 13th. Good God, what a sight. The stars were no more than a pistol shot away. That's curious. The word pistol has been crossed out and replaced by rifle. And a handwritten note. Truth sleeps beneath appearance. J. Keats. Interesting.
There you are at last, Mr. Parker. I've been expecting you. Oh, don't be surprised. Passing scientists invariably pay me a short visit. Of course, they're a rare breed around here now. Not like in the old days. But you don't want to hear all that. Allow me to introduce myself. Tobias Jug, keeper of the archives and records, at your service.
There's probably nothing I can tell you that you don't already know.
You're wrong, Mr. Parker. I may know your name and profession, but not the reason for your visit.
I'd like to consult the birth register.
So your interests are not limited to the stars. I hope I may be able to quench part of your thirst for knowledge. But remember, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Now, who the devil wrote that?
Shakespeare.
Excellent! So, Mr. Parker, you like to read?
I like nothing better than a good read.
Books are my passion, Mr. Parker, my most precious companions. Silent, discreet, sometimes filled with mystery. I must let you get on with your work.
Fortunately, there weren't too many births in 1822. According to the register, there are 3 still alive today. Curtis Hambleton, William Coldstone, Thomas Greenwood.
Satisfied?
I believe I've found what I was looking for.
There are times when believing is not good enough, Mr. Parker. Sometimes we must be absolutely sure. Take Ilsmouth, for instance. For many years the locals believed in the old legends. Did that make them true? I have a number of documents on the subject.
How fascinating. That's a subject I'm very keen on.
My library is full of such material, and I'm not talking about a mere single room. Oh no! A lifelong study, you know. There are those who would dearly love to get their hands on some of those old papers, but they'll need to be smart.
Well, they do say there's no such thing as a perfectly guarded secret, Mr. Jug. Think of Oedipus's Sphinx.
Well, you're close to the mark there, Mr. Parker. But I'd better let you get on with your work. Come back any time. The records are open in the afternoons. I'm usually at home in the morning. My house is just right of the post office. Just ring whenever you want. I'll tell you some interesting stories.
Most interesting.
You're a likable young fellow. I happened to glance over your shoulder while you were consulting the register, and I may be able to save you some time. Greenwood lives in the house right next door to Dr. Cobble's. Coldstone's house is set back a little from my own. Curtis Hambleton lives in the abandoned fishery near the harbor.
I don't know how to thank you.
Just promise to pay me another visit. Glad to have been of help. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in local history, take a look in the next room. If you want to talk, I'll be at home.
Monograph of Ilsmouth names by Tobias Jug. Let's have a look. No Parker. Jug, born of Jeremiah and Suzanne. Maiden name Smith. And under S, Smith, of course. Zeke. The list ends there. Silas Sprague quit the village in April 1809, leaving 4 children. What's this? A deed of sale. The belongings of Boleskine sold in public to the highest bidder in order to pay for his passage home to Great Britain. A pair of broken binoculars. Would Jug be spying on somebody? Papers of no interest. A magnifying glass. Mr. Greenwood?
Don't waste your breath. This poor sinner is deaf, dumb, and blind. A terrible accident at the time of his birth robbed him of the sights and sounds of this world. Now, if you'll excuse us, Mr. Greenwood is hungry and...
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Miss Picot. An interesting way of welcoming people. What's this one's name? Coldstone. William. That's funny. No answer. And yet I did see somebody going in.
Remember, Gloria, always keep your head up high.
Yes, Aunt.
Good day to you, ladies.
Good day, mister.
Gloria, a nod of the head would have been quite enough. Good day to you, young man. When will you learn, my girl? When men are around, you have to be especially careful. They're not to be trusted.
Yes, I know, Aunt, I know.
The beams are covered in spiderwebs. This place is filthy. Well, well. Someone engraved J.H. into the wood with a red-hot iron. Very odd indeed. Mr. Hambleton? Curtis Hambleton? 76 years ago, a British scientist, Lord Boleskine.
Don't mention that name to me. Bad luck and trouble. I led him around for 3 nights. I carried the torch, the rifle, and I saw the thing.
What thing?
I wish I didn't remember. He'd drawn a map. I took him to the cross. I don't mind telling you, I was scared. Later on, I refused to go with my father to pray to the stones, so my father threw me out. My brother Wilbur cursed me, and now I live in squalid conditions.
Where did you take Boleskine?
Get away from this region, mister. The Comet's coming back. It'll be here in 3 nights, and that thing's coming too. Wilbur said so, so just get away from Ilsmouth while you've got time.
Why?
If you saw what I saw. It was on the 3rd night, in the forest near the Calvary. The English guy was drawing. Then the thing appeared. I'd pay any price to forget what I saw. Now, get lost. Shoo!
The cross in the forest?
I don't think you understand. Go away and leave me alone.
Go on, find somewhere else to mess up. Say, Mr. Parker, Mr. Arlington, the mayor, told me about you. Welcome to Ilsmouth. I'm Sergeant Baggs from the local police.
Glad to meet you. I'm looking for a cross.
Maybe you should try the cemetery. We call it the dead center of town. You get it?
I'm looking for a Calvary in the forest.
I can't help you there. And I don't advise you to wander in the forest by yourself. It's easy to get lost in that forest. I wouldn't even go there with a map. Now if you'll excuse me, duty calls. Got to run those layabouts out of town towards the clearing in the woods.
What have they done?
They're gypsies, Mr. Parker. Sneakiest chicken thieves you ever saw. I'm not going to wait for them to strip the town bare, no sir. They're out of here.
Surely they have some rights.
I decide who has rights around here, Mr. Parker, and no stranger is going to tell me how to do my job. You stick to your science. I won't trouble you again.
But come now.
Mr. Parker, just read my lips. Stay out of my way.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, you, the fortune teller, just shut up, okay? Now you bunch of greaseballs, I want you out of my town, and I mean now. Mr. Parker, adieu.
There, on the butt. L.B. Incredible. Jug has Boleskin's rifle. Oh, there's a message engraved in the gun. Dash it all. It's too small to read. It's badly written. Ah. Searcher. E-S-T... The rest has been rubbed away. Searcher. Suzanne Searcher, probably. Strange. Those names are not mentioned in Boleskin's notebooks. These butterflies really are magnificent. What marvelous colors! Am I bothering you?
Not at all. Indeed, to be frank, I can't get our last conversation off my mind.
Have you found something?
Not yet. But I hope to shed light on a few interesting facts. We'll discuss them later on.
Mr. Jug?
Later, Mr. Parker. It's too early for the moment.